This is how to play Somewhere Only We Know, the Lily Allen version. The first thing I'm going to do in showing you how to play this song is I'm going to show you the scale that we're going to use. The reason I'm going to show you this scale is every note that you're going to play in this song will be found in this scale. So if you're playing a note that isn't in this scale, you know that you're playing the wrong note. So that's the first thing we're going to do. Callum, if you'd like to zoom into my fingers, I'll show you how the scale works. This is the scale here. As you'll see, there's 8 notes in the scale. It goes from B flat up the letters B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G. Always after G, you go back to A and then B flat. So I'll play the scale. So it's B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat. Now basically you'll see that we're playing all of the notes B, C, D, E, F, G, then A and B. So we're running all the way up. The important thing to note is that the B and the E are flat. So whenever we play a note, it will be a white note, except for when it's a B or an E, and they will always be flat. So that's the first really important thing to know before we go any further. Make sure you've got that sorted in your mind. That's the scale we're going to be playing. Okay? Now, these are the 4 chords that we're going to use for the introduction. Before I tell you about how to play these chords, I'm going to tell you one piece of information that is very important. Now, this is a little bit complicated, but if you know this and you understand this, you'll be able to play all the introduction with no trouble. So here's what you need to know. This is an F chord. Any standard chord, you basically take the note, the root note of the chord, you go 2 notes up the scale, 2 notes up again, and that's a basic chord. And we're going to be using 4 different chords, 5 if you include this extra bit, in this introduction. And that's the standard chord. So you take a note from the scale, 2 notes up the scale, 2 notes up the scale. Now the crucial thing you need to know is there's a second way to play a chord, and this is what you need to know. The other way of playing the chord, if I take all 3 of those notes, is to put your middle finger on the bottom note of the chord, your little finger on the next note of the chord, and we're going to take the top note and move it down. So the C, we're moving an octave below. So that's the second way of playing the chord. I'm going to call this way of playing the chord thumb inversion, because your thumb is on the root note. This is on the F. And I'm going to call this way of playing the chord the middle finger inversion, because your middle finger is on the root. Now the key thing to understand for this is you put your middle finger on the root, there's a gap of 2, your thumb goes there, and the little finger goes 2 up. So that's a thumb inversion. And then the middle finger inversion, where you put the middle finger on the root, gap of 2, thumb goes there, and then the little finger goes there. It's the same chord, but if you look, the C is being played at the top the first time, and the C is being played at the bottom the second time. So you need to know both ways of playing a chord. If I say thumb inversion, F, it'll be that. If I say middle finger inversion, F, it will be that. And that is just the one complicated thing you need to know before we start. Now, going straight into the song, these are the 4 chords of the song. 5 if you include this alteration here. And first of all, I'm going to show you how to play these chords. Now, the B flat chord, basically going back to the scale. Where should I put them so they can both be seen? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine, good, okay. So the B flat chord, first of all, we're going to take, exactly as I said to you before, we're going to take the bottom note of the scale, the B flat. We're going to go 2 notes up the scale to a D, 2 notes up the scale to an F. Okay, so it's a B flat, a D, and an F. Thumb inversion B flat chord, okay? So that's the first chord of the song. And for now, let's play that 4 times. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? The second chord is a D flat minor, which is actually the chord 3 in the key. Now, the D flat minor, we're going to play middle finger inversion, which is why I've put an M next to it. It's very simple. You go D flat, thumb goes 2 down, and the little finger goes there. So that's the classic middle finger inversion as I showed you at the beginning. Middle finger goes on the D minor. Middle finger goes on the D, thumb goes 2 down, little finger goes on the F. So let's play that 4 times for now. In a moment I'll show you the proper way of playing the little pattern. We'll just play the chords first. So the first chord is B flat, play that 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your thumb simply moves down, and then that's a D minor middle finger inversion. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Next chord is a C minor, which is called the second chord in the key. we're going to play a thumb inversion. So basically you put your thumb on C, and then the middle finger goes on E flat, and then the little finger goes on a G. And as you'll notice, because E is always flat, it's an E flat instead of an E, okay? So that's a C minor chord, thumb inversion. We're going to play that 4 times. Now for now, I think I'm going to ignore this sus4. It's a little bit complicated. So we're going to play just an F 4 times, okay? Which is the chord 5 in this key. So we're going to play F middle finger inversion, as I showed you at the beginning. Middle finger goes on F, thumb goes 2 down, and little finger goes there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's run through all of these again. So B flat thumb inversion. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thumb moves to give you a D minor middle finger inversion. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have a C minor thumb inversion. So put your thumb on C, play every other note in the scale, gives you a C minor, and then F middle finger inversion. So middle finger on F, thumb goes 2 down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now before we go any further, you need to get these chords absolutely perfect, otherwise it's going to be quite complicated to play the rest of the song with all the rest of the intricacies of this introduction. So let's run through these again. So B flat, play with me 4 times. It's 4 beats in the bar. So B flat is a thumb inversion. So it's these 3 fingers, thumb, middle finger, and little finger. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Move the thumb for the D minor middle finger inversion. 3, 4. Then move up to here for the C minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then middle finger F. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just practice. So this is quite easy. 2, 3, 4. Move your thumb to get to the D minor. 2, 3, 4. Now the C minor is quite complicated. Basically what I would, basically you've just got to move from there, you've got to move up to here, C. Now if that's difficult, just practice moving between those 2 chords. So that's the D minor middle finger inversion with a gap of 2, and that's the C minor. So D minor, just practice making that move until you've got it perfect, okay? And then the next chord is then F middle finger inversion. So you're going to put your middle finger on the F. So that's C minor, you're moving those 2 fingers both up a note in the scale, okay? So I would practice all of those changes until you've got that absolutely perfect before you go any further. So B flat, 2, 3, 4, move the thumb, D minor, 2, 3, 4, then C minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, then F, 1, 2, middle finger inversion, 3, 4. I've written the letter for each inversion at the top here, okay? Now, once you've got that absolutely perfect, in fact, I think that we will probably, that's probably a good place to stop that part of the lesson. So basically just keep working on that over and over and over again. Once you've got those chords absolutely perfect, I just keep rewinding the video back and playing along with me. Once you've got them absolutely perfect, then you'll be in a perfect position to move to part 2. And in part 2, we're going to look at playing the little I don't know what you call it, arpeggio pattern, and then it'll start really sounding like the song. So now if you move to part 2, you can learn how to play the arpeggio pattern.